Oh, it's a video. Oh, I want the photo.
Oh, get away! You just shook sand everywhere.
What was that, Mum?
Get away! I'm in the middle of talking. The viewers won't hear me properly.
But I think I'm right. You think I'm right, Justice? You trust me? I understand why you didn't trust me now, because what I thought was Skeleton Point before was not Skeleton Point. I'm still alive. Kids are still alive. I said take your time, but not that much time. The drama of it all. So how is it, Kel?
Oh, perfection. Perfection. Gorgeous.
We got away a day early to try and beat the holiday rush for the campsites, and we got a cracker of a site. And today was the day that we were supposed to be leaving to come away, but instead we find ourselves sitting on this gorgeous beach at the end of George's Bay near St Helens, Dora Point campground, and I'll show you what we are looking at. And I am looking at this. That is one happy wife. So you know what that means, guys? I am having one happy life right now.
Let me show you around. So in here is the plating. Right now it's a bit messy on my side, which is over there. Face side in that corner there has a bunch of Barbie dolls behind it, luckily, so you don't have to see the mess. Well, it was already left there, so luckily it was left there so you don't see the mess. Here we've got the weather and the barbecue. And down here we have got the water tanks. So around here, this is the outside lounge. I'm just calling it that to make it more sense. This is where we ate dinner last night. Sometimes we'll eat dinner in the caravan. Sometimes we'll eat it out here. And this is just a bunch of books for writing in and all that. And we've got the awning all set up there, as you can see. And since last time, we've added to our caravan. I won't lean it on it too much. And
where's your favourite place on the map?
Let me think. It's in Winton, is it called?
Look at Winton. What's that?
Ah, there. Winton right there.
Why do you like Winton so much?
Well, because there's all sorts of dinosaurs and stuff. But I also like the Northern Territory.
No dump point here, so it's always nice to have a flushing loo. So I don't have to go to the dump point every 2 days. Maybe stretch it out a bit longer.
You might want to be excited.
So just over here, there's behind me, it's coming up to high tide, but there's a huge channel just there, so when it's low tide it drops off really sharp. So a couple of people fishing along here. I haven't seen them, only been here a couple of minutes, so I haven't seen if they've caught anything yet. but I might give it a try myself over the next couple of days. Maybe not today, because I think we're going for a swim a little bit later. So I'm just going to try probably some fishing with some lures rather than bait. Though bait has always worked better for me around here, but I just don't feel like going back into town just yet, even though it's not that far away. So we're down here at one of the beaches at Dora Point campground, and I think this is probably the longest time we've spent at the beach in a long time, eh, Kel?
It is, absolutely. It's just absolutely glorious down here.
Did a picnic, came down with the kids. The kids are still in the water. We're probably all going to turn into lobsters at the end of the day with the amount of sun that we're getting, but it's an absolutely gorgeous spot, and there's no one else about, which is great.
No, we actually had the beach to ourselves the whole time.
There's been a few people wandering about, but not many. So
we've got the sun shelter here too, which is it's great. It makes it much more comfortable to be
yeah, I
in
don't
the
know
sun.
if we would have lasted as long as if we didn't have it.
No, it's great. And the water, basically the high tide comes virtually right up to the
Where we're sitting.
tent. Which is really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
So the water has come up to my feet, which is there, but it's gonna feel like, so that shows how long we've been here. Been here a couple of hours.
Well,
Glorious day. So up that direction is St Helens. So this is George's Bay. Out there around the ocean to the left is the Bay of Fires. So we're calling it Bay of Fires where we are. It's technically not the Bay of Fires. Bay of Fires is just around the corner, but I'm going to call it Bay of Fires anyway. So there.
well, it's got the orange.
Yeah,
Orange
it's got,
on the rocks.
it's got the orange rocks.
But they have a Bay of Fires.
There's
so
orange on
it's
the
close
rocks
enough.
in South Australia too, but they don't call it Bay of Fires, do
Yeah,
they?
well, they probably call it something else.
No doubt.
No doubt. No doubt.
So couldn't have picked a better day, Cal, to do a
No.
picnic for us.
And we've got a few days like this coming up, so looking forward to that. Spending lots of time at the beach.
Yep.
Because I think it's going to be our favourite camp area, don't you think?
Yeah, because when we got here, I don't want to spoil the secret, but there was a lot of free spots. Whereas if you go up the Bay of Fires campgrounds, a lot of people peg out the campsite. So there's tents everywhere, and you can't get in there. And then people rock up between Christmas and New Year after having pegged out their sites for a couple of weeks beforehand. So I think the kids might have caught something.
They got a crab.
Got a crab?
Yeah, we caught a crab.
Caught a crab. Show us.
It's little.
Oh, you did too. Hey, don't poke it with the shovel.
I'm trying to get it out.
No, don't need to get it out. That's all
Use your
right.
fingers. It won't.
It's not going to hurt you anyway, even if it does nip at you. It's not going to hurt you. Just don't flick it on me.
I think that it's.
It might hurt
You can
Daddy.
see what's going to happen.
Don't, Justice. I'm the one who found it. Yeah,
Fighting her at little go.
They're fighting over a crab, yeah, and it's going to go over me. Lucky this GoPro's waterproof.
We'll see if you can go and find another one. Just search it. JJ, give it to her, please. Justice, no, that's not fair. Can you please give it?
You're going to lose it. Justice, hand it over.
Let go. No, Justice, right. Do you want to miss out on treats? Do you want to miss out on treats?
1, 2. No, it doesn't matter.
Bring it here, Justice. No, come here. Don't you dare, you'll lose treats for the rest of the time. Bring it here. Now. Bring it here.
He's got to lose something for that.
Yep.
It was a lovely family moment to capture in perpetuity.
Well, they have been very angelic. It's been quite incredible.
Those moments
really.
have been very few and far
Yes,
between
they
on this trip so far.
Yeah, I haven't had to do much at all in the way of threats. Certainly haven't really needed to follow through that I can think of.
No. So what happened?
I had a big scat. I was very brave, excuse me.
I'm in the middle of talking. The viewers won't hear me properly with you. That noise.
Yeah, we can hear you. Show us what you got. What'd you do to yourself?
So, I was riding along down there, right?
Yeah.
And then I was going really fast to avoid a car, and then I suddenly slipped. My arm and elbow skidded along the ground, and then my knee suddenly scraped.
So your knee,
across.
show us your knee. Big scrape there.
Yeah.
All right. What about your elbow? Show us your elbow. Big scrape there.
Yeah.
Bit of claret.
Yeah, but you can't see the hand one. Luckily, the skin was just still on.
So how do we disinfect you?
We put some special cream on the Band-Aid and voila.
Yeah, but first you had dirt all over you. How do we disinfect the sores?
Oh. We walked down to the beach and I got down in the salt water.
Yeah, salt water. Best stuff. That's good gear, isn't it?
Yep. I was very brave, so Mum said I should get a lollipop, lollipop, lollipop.
And we got your favourite flavour, which is?
Cola! My second favourite, a type of strawberry. It's mixed with strawberry and banana. I can't remember what it's called.
How you going there, Nurse Kelly?
And Mum said that. I'm just trying to sort all these Band-Aids out.
Yeah, we actually needed it.
This is the bike kit. That's the only thing they get injured on, the bikes.
So Faith came and said, he's covered in blood all over his body. And I said, what?
I said almost all over his body.
What'd you say?
I said that he almost.
And why did you say it like that?
So he would come.
What, didn't you think we'd come if you didn't say it like that?
Yeah.
Put a bit of drama into it.
Yeah. Dad, Mum said that you have to give me a lollipop.
Yeah, she can have a look.
Did she? And what do we say about what Mum says?
Happy wife, happy life.
Oh, I better go and do it then.
So, welcome to JJ's Bike Tips. Now, this is going to be about bike safety and some tricks. So, we're right here right now, and this is my bike. And Faith's there in the background, but we don't need to know that. So, my first bike tip is, if you have a stabilizer, always put it up. You don't want it falling down. And make sure it's on a flat surface. If you put it on a stick, it will probably hold. But if it's like a heavier bike with a stabilizer on a stick, the stick would probably crack and your bike would fall over. The first proper tip is, if you've got gravel here, as you can see behind us, right here, you do not want to try too hard tricks.
Why is that, Justice?
Because you could get very injured. So,
Okay. Do you have any examples of injuries that might happen if you fall over on the gravel?
Yep, so, rotten skin, big
Graze.
scratches, well, and big sores, like this. And you can see that there.
So imagine if you had someone that told you that tip beforehand.
So our next tip is, do not ride too close to learners. If you do that, you could the learner would probably get a wobbly and shaky.
How?
They'll probably get scared a bit that you're a bit close. Use Faith as a demonstration, Faith. And then they could collide and someone could get injured.
Oh, like that.
Yeah, that's just Faith. She didn't get injured. She's all right. Hip hip hooray! And another tip is, if you've got bushes like that, you see over there, you might not want to go near them because they have spikes which could pop your tires, and they're thick, so you could fall off and they could cut your skin. And my next tip is don't ride too close to a fence, because once I did, while we were riding, well, you were riding with me, Dad, and so was Faith. We were riding on a bridge, and then one of my handlebars, I can't remember which one, I think it was this one, scraped along the fence. I almost fell off. Luckily, I didn't. I was okay. Another hip hip hooray! Our next tip is don't ride too close to foliage bushes and walls, because once I was riding real fast and I ran into some garbage bins which were near walls.
Okay, so that's it for today's tips?
No, but if you're
That was the
near
last
it,
one.
yeah, but
I caught a salmon here the other day. It's a little place called the Barway. Cracker of a sunset happening behind me. It's about 8 o'clock in the evening, and I'm trying my luck again, see if I can get a salmon on this Tassie Devil lure that worked for me the other day. It was awesome. I'll show you where I'm looking. It's absolutely sensational stuff. Lots of weed in this bay, so not a lot of people having much success because of all the weed off the shoreline. Something's having a little tug on my... Must be just some weed caught on the line though, but I'll show you what it looks like here. Have a go at that. And it drops off real deep just there. So when you come here at low tide, you can go right to the edge of the shelf and it drops off. So I've had a couple of casts and I've pulled in just a little bit of weed, less than yesterday. So we'll see how I go. What a cracker of a night. It's been a really bad windy day, but tonight has been absolutely sensational. Hardly any wind at all down here, and let's see if I've got my lure caught in some weed. We'll see what happens when I reel it in. See if I've got something to show you.
so we're following a trail, but we stopped since it's getting late and it's a long way, the trail, and we were gonna do some fishing, but it was too windy.
Just take your time. Take your time, guys. No rush.
So looking.
Come on. I said take your time, but not that much time.
Look, I didn't get that stick back.
It's a video.
So we're doing a walk to Skeleton Bay. It's 1 hour and 30 minutes. And
One way. We're going to get Mum to come pick us up when we get there.
Yep.
So it gets us through to Binalong Bay.
Yeah, and she's missing out on her mum heaven place.
Mum heaven. All right, check out the view that we've got right now where we're standing. I'll spin it round. Check this out.
I told you it was cool.
Sweet. So we better keep walking. We just came up over this hill and we spotted this rock. It's huge. Go and stand next to it, Justice, so we can get some...
It's sort of like a all the room.
That's massive. I wonder what they call this rock. It's got to have some kind of a name. Anyone know?
Eagle
Giga Rock. I reckon that's a good name. Justice has named this rock
Giga Rock.
Giga Rock.
Because in Jurassic World Dominion, the 2022 film, has a Giganotosaurus in it, and it's one of the biggest sauropods that ever used to roam this earth. So I thought I'd call this the Giga Rock.
The Giga Rock, awesome.
But there's also other bigger dinosaurs, like, well, not exactly bigger than it, but there are other dinosaurs like Giganotosaurus, there's Allosaurus, and there's also Spinosaurus. They're bigger than the T-Rex.
Cool.
Oh, and there's also, what's its name? Tarbosaurus, yes, that's it, Tarbosaurus.
Cool. The facts you learn on a bushwalk. Well, I'll give a thumbs up for this walk from Dora Point to Skeleton. I think that's Skeleton Bay behind me. I could be just feeling optimistic, but I'm sure that around that corner is Binalong Bay, and it's been an absolutely stunning walk. It goes right along the coastline with all these fantastic, beautiful red rocks that are synonymous with the Bay of Fires. However, the Bay of Fires is over that way. And I'll spin around now so you can see what it looks like from where I'm standing. But yeah, so breathtaking scenery like this all the way. Yeah, sensational. It's a cracker of a day too. Absolutely beautiful. So straight in the middle is Bay of Fires. So about Swimcart Beach, Cozy is over in that direction. And around that corner would be Binalong Bay. I'm positive. I'm positive. If I'm wrong, I'll put it here. But I think I'm right. You think I'm right, Justice? You trust me?
Sorta.
You got to think about it. Sorta trust me. All right, let's crack on. Shall we crack on?
Yep, we'll crappy on.
Crack on. There's the path that we walked up. They've done a bit of controlled burning in the area about a week or so ago. And there was a sign saying be careful for trees falling on you as you come through this track. Enter at your own risk, so I took the risk. I think we're pretty safe. But yeah, good that they're doing some controlled burning. Oh, hello, there's a sign up here. Oh, we haven't, we've got to go a bit further than I thought. Step back, Justice. Skeleton Bay, 35 minutes. So we've still got a bit of a way to go before we get to maybe a little bit more than another couple of quarters before we get to Binalong. But anyway, Grants Point. So what does it say here? Warning, tree hazard. So it hasn't been too bad where we're going. And we're going to just listen out for any trees and make sure it's not too windy today, so we don't have to worry too much, JJ. We'll be right. Yep. We'll keep going to Skeleton Bay. I understand why you didn't trust me now, because what I thought was Skeleton Point before was not Skeleton Point. This is Skeleton Point. Here. So now we can actually see Binalong Bay over there. So Skeleton Bay must be this bay just here. Binalong Bay is around the corner. So we're about 25 minutes where we are right now to our destination, aren't we?
And also, you saw my injured leg earlier? I don't have a stick anymore. It broke sort of, so I had to chuck it behind my back, left it. And look.
Walking fine.
Yeah, there's just this slight limp in my leg.
Oh, okay.
Just.
Let's keep going for an explore. We'll see what else we can find.
Yep, and this leg is more sore than my injured leg.
Oh, well, I'll be.
Yeah.
It's probably because you're using that more because your other one's a bit sore. What was that, Mum?
Get away!
Why do I only get half?
The real facts behind life on the road. Does anyone else have a special skill that they're absolutely useless at? Mine is putting back in the bag pop-up equipment for camping, such as this beach tent behind me. This is probably the 4th or 5th time we've had it out, and you know, we spend less time at the beach than we actually spend trying to get the thing back in its bag. I hate the rotten thing. I'm useless at it. It just, something doesn't click in my brain. Are you the same? Or is there a special tip that you've got for me that I might be able to get it to click in my brain, how I can do it? Because it's Kel, she is the one who gets it back in the bag. I cannot do it, no matter how many times I try. I should actually try and video me trying to put this back in the bag at some, put it on time lapse. So we go for
yeah, that'd be awesome. Hey, definitely, let's do it. I think that'd be fantastic.
time lapse.
Time lapse for you and then time lapse for me.
Yeah, my time lapse will go for 30 seconds. Kel's will go for 2. Yeah, because she seems to have got the knack of doing it, but it's just something I just can't do. It's just really irritating. So this is probably our last good day on the Bay of Fires, or here at Dora Point, for this particular trip, because we got bad weather coming up, Kel.
We do. We
Yep.
do. So we're heading south a little.
Just going a little bit south, and we'll share a bit more about that destination soon. But this is our last day. It's a bit cooler today than it has been, but the sun's out and the sun's real hot on our heads, so still not too bad. It's about 20 degrees, you reckon?
Yeah, about 19.
19 or 20, and we're down at the beach.
The water's about 10. No,
Go.
a bit more than that. It's cold though.
Go figure, mainlanders. It's the only way we get to swim in Tasmania is to go to the beach on days like this. But yeah, I'll just do it.
No, it's been good. The weather's been good. It's been hot. It's just today's a little bit cooler than what we've been used to here.
Yeah. And we weren't actually planning on coming down to the beach, but because the sun came out and it's hot on our heads, we thought,
Why not?
let's do it. So yeah, I'll do a quick spin around of the beach one last final time. There's no one else here, which is great.
Well, it is our private beach.
Yeah,
It'd be a little
we stuck
bit
the
rude
sign.
if anybody else came.
I know, we stuck the signs up before we came down. There's evidence of a fire over on the beach, and there is a fire ban at the moment, so that's a bit irritating that people will still come and...
It's not so much that, it's that they've left a whole heap of rubbish and mess and burnt bits of wood, and they've just left a mess. A big hole with coals in it.
But with the gusty winds that we had yesterday, if it had picked up any ash and blown it up behind the beach here into the bush, and we could have been trapped in a bushfire, and you know, not very nice. So yeah, don't really appreciate people who don't obey the fire restrictions. It's very disappointing not to have a fire when you're camping in a beautiful place like this, but it's to keep us safe. So yeah, I'll do a quick spin around.
That's not very quick, Anna.
I can speed it up in the edit.
I know, I'm just laughing. That would be funny if I
It'd be even funnier for me to leave all that in.
Yeah, it would be.
All right, we're going to enjoy our last last bit of time at the beach. So, see ya.
Bye.